So page 82, 83, this is test 2, part 7, okay, the reading. I'm going to give you the answers, make sure you've done it first, and these are the answers, okay? Let's see. Sorry. Okay, 41C, G, B, F, A, E. So, try to find the evidence, okay? I'm going to tell you the evidence straight away, so please, for you to get better, you need to try to find as much connecting evidence as possible. Sometimes it's with the paragraph before, sometimes with the paragraph afterwards. Some advice for this: try to do the ones that are clear at first. Perhaps if you can't find one, don't worry about it, because normally there are 2 or 3 which are relatively clear, so that narrows it down, because perhaps one is confusing but it's clear in one, okay? So then you have fewer options to juggle like juggling with boards. Okay, so evidence 41 recalls the hungry years. Okay, lots of problems. And then the contrast. Today, the couple could buy and hit just about any house on earth. Okay, so hungry days, the cold, no, they freeze to death. And the contrast. Today, okay, they can hit, so no problem about with the cold. So this is the contrast. Also, the couple, Ryan and Kathy. Okay, so you have 2 pieces of evidence. Then something else, the minerals rush. So the mineral rush, you can say there because it has been mentioned before, not very clearly, but 40 paragraph C says, I'll show it to you here. Okay, I said C. They go, no, they discovered billions of dollars worth of buried treasure. Okay, so they talk about the gold fever. It's called gold fever or gold rush. So now it says the minerals rush. Okay, so it refers to the minerals buried underground. So this is a connection too. Okay, 42 G. The clear one is that investment in technology and people. That is because the investment has been mentioned. This is clear. It is here. Okay. The heavy lifting is done by a mechanized army of bulldozers, drilling rigs, and flown-in workers. So these are people and technology. Okay, so I think this one is clear, that investment. So it's well worth that investment. 43. He's successful. Then you have, okay, B starts with at his expanding. Sorry for this. At his expanding compound. Okay, so he refers to him. Okay, and that's more. I didn't have much for B. Okay, just this. Okay, it continues again. It says at his expanding compound and in his small office. So he's talking about his business. Both paragraphs are talking about his business, and I haven't got much more for this. So I thought, when I first did it, I crossed this one out thinking that this one didn't fit anywhere. But then I guess I eliminated others and I put it here. Okay, 4F. I think this one is easier. Now, an example. 44F talks about, okay, growing tension between those, okay, who want to give over and those. So that's a contrast. People who are worried about the environment and those who want to keep digging it. So Trish Hume, for example, has expressed concern, and she talks about this, about the environmental problems. So there's a connection between that. Okay, she's one of those people who are concerned about the environment, and that's all the evidence I have. Okay. 45A. Now this one is easy. This is easy. The area of Yukon is enormous, and then it says it is even larger, so it is the area of Yukon, larger than. So I think this is quite clear, I think. Okay. And then it continues. This is talking about the territory, and then it says walled off by some of the country's highest, the territory. So this territory again talks about the area of Yukon. Okay. So I think this one is relatively clear. And E, I think, is also quite easy. Okay, it talks about are animals into motion. Okay, it talks about animals. And then it says such creatures, especially to be found in the. So the creatures are such creatures, they've just been mentioned. So, okay, remember, these are things that you have to see. and then he talks about a wildlife habitat, and then it talks about such a remarkable environment. So again, environment is like habitat. Okay, so you have another connection there. Okay, so that's it. Thank you very much.